Oh, okay. Well, the camera just went blue. Hello, 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 and welcome to Bema's Crafty Corner. I am Bema, better known as Els, and this is Harry Houdini. Uh, yeah, he's the reason everybody comes to the channel. I'm aware of that. Everybody just comes to see Harry. Hey, baby. Hey, baby. How are you? Good morning, Miss Arlene. Hello, Marie. Is everybody? What? What? Keep that down. Nobody wants to see it. I know. It means that you trust everybody, but nobody wants to see that. Go on, get over there. Scram. Scrape. Go. Thank you. Leave. Love you. All right, so we are working on the blue journal. I have nothing really to show anybody. We did start a series, and it's normally going to be on Fridays, but we started it last night because I didn't have anything better to do. And it is a single signature journal. We talked about covers and different types of covers that can be used. We talked about papers and different kind of papers that can be used. Also talked about the binding and different kinds of threads that you can use. So if you missed that one and you're interested, go back and watch it. But that is going to be, we're going to do it in probably a 3, maybe a 4-part series. Definitely 3, maybe 4. We have a baby. We have a baby. Born at 1:11 a.m., 9 pounds, 7 ounces, a very healthy baby. Sissy is over the moon with herself. She's absolutely in love with the baby. And I'm going to let Rose tell you guys the rest of it. But Rose is on her way back to the hospital. They went and got something to eat for breakfast. She's been there since yesterday afternoon with her daughter. And mother and child are doing well. So yes. Now grandma to 2 babies. She lost her mind on the first one. We'll see what happens with this one. Like we didn't see Rose for at least 18 months because she was basically doing daycare, and so she had a baby full time. But now that Mama has 2, Mama's going to stay home from work and take care of the 2 babies, and that's okay because Daddy makes enough money to support the family. So she's going to stay home with her baby. And that means that we get our Rose back. Hi, Mari. Hello, Gypsy. Get down. Get down. Yes, I know. You're the baby around here. We all know this. Oh, yeah, look, yogurt. You like yogurt. Go eat Mommy's yogurt. And then I can say that I had yogurt and that it was healthy, and I won't tell anybody you ate it. You'll be helping Mommy out. No? Okay. Heard. All right. So we're going to finish up working. I don't know. We're not going to finish it today, but we're going to work on this blue journal. We're just getting kind of started on it. We have some stuff pulled and, some things. Alrighty. Still haven't figured out what I'm doing for a cover on this. So we have not cut the paper yet. Probably should have saved this and used it as the cover. I have more of these. I might go get one. I'll use that as the cover. So I'm going to move the paper over to the side. And okay, some pieces of it. He is a big ornery for a baby. Spoiled rotten. Gypsy, I get these big ones from Temu. And sometimes I have them in the shop, but I get these big ones from there. They're very nice because they're plastic and they have like thread going through them. So they're extremely strong. And I also get these little ones. These I get from Daiso. All right, so we're going to see if I can, be a little more creative today than I was yesterday. I was waiting for a baby. And I suppose I should probably work on the cover. So, everybody over there. I'm going to go see if I have another one of those journal book. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. Wow. Okay. Oh. Oh, that's cool, Mari. Hi, Christine. Hi, Mari, by the way. Okay, so I did not find another one of those, but I did find a blue file folder. Well, it's a hanging folder, and I've taken the end off of it. I get these a lot at the thrift store. I just cut the hanging part off, and then, I have the file folder. So I found this one. It's blue. I have another blue one down here. Oh, it's the same blue. This is Harry's, though. Can you tell? Yeah, that's Harry's. He likes to play with it. Let me see what I have here, if there's anything that I would be interested in using. We could use one of these. Nope, we're going to use the blue one. Because, why? Because the blue ones are easier to find than these vintage heavyweight ones. All right, so I'm going to put those back. We're going to use this blue one. And paper is 8.5. So we're going to do this at 9 by 5 3/4. All right, so 5 3/4 first. But let's do the 9 first. So we'll lay it on the board because we know this end is straight. We know that one is straight-ish. So let's go ahead and do that. 9. Why 9? Because 9 is going to give us a 1/2 inch at the top, a 1/4 inch at the top, 1/4 inch at the bottom. I'm going to see if I can find blade. Here it is. I remember when I first started crafting, I didn't have a paper trimmer. So I used, I had these boards because I had, for quilting. And I didn't want to use my quilt blade because I didn't want to, dull it. And everybody used to laugh at me because I actually used to use a pocket knife to cut mine. In the ER. Oh, woman. You better not be falling apart on me, damn it. And it's 5.5, so 5 3/4. And I used to cut with a pocket knife. Matter of fact, I think I still have it. Let's see. I think it's still in my little tool drawer up here. I do. This is how I used to cut my paper because I didn't have, I didn't have a paper trimmer. So I used to use pocket knives. I have many of them too. It worked. What do you want from me? So we call this, where there's a will, there's a way crafting. I also had these little thread cutters. Used those a lot. What else did I use? Oh, this puppy. Mike found this for me. And I think it cuts better than anything else I have, to be honest. This pulls off. It's a razor. You can use it and then flip it over and use the other side. But yeah, this was one of my first cutters. This was one of my first cutters because I didn't have a paper trimmer, and so I found alternative ways to cut my paper. You better be in the ER for a little cough. Girly. All right. So this is 9 by 5 3/4. Our paper is 8.5 by 6. So I'm going to trim this to 8.5 by 6. Bottom is lined up. We'll take it off the top. Of course, I just put that away. I said here. Oh, we go. We'll use this one. I think I still have in the shop. I don't know if I do or don't. Those little paper rolling cutters, that look like fabric cutters, but they're designed for paper. Do I even have one anymore? I probably do. It's probably up here someplace. But yeah, those are. But if you have a board, Okay, so it's 5 3/4. So we need to take this down to 5.5, which is right there. I would say if I had to pick my most important tool, it's this board. Because if you don't have a paper trimmer, you can still cut paper with it and use, alternative tools. Also, if you don't have a scoreboard, you can use this to get your scores straight. So for me, I think the board is really the most important tool in a journal maker's. Because I will always say, use what you have, So if you've got Elmer's glue and that's all you have access to, then freaking use Elmer's glue. If you only have one pair of scissors in your house, and that's the one you have to use to cut paper, fabric, and every other damn thing under the sun, then use that pair of scissors. Okay? But I think if you have one of these boards, there's so much I can score on this board. If I want to score this piece of paper, I can put it on here, put it straight, get out a ruler, say I want to score this at 1.5 inches, put it right there on the 1.5 inches. I can use anything. Let's see, what can, here. It's a mini shovel. I'm going to use this part of it. Couple of turns, bring it up. Oh, look at that, a score line. So I can use it to score things. I can use it to cut things. There are so many different things that I can use this board for. I can make sure that things are square. I can get everything to the right size. There's just so much. I think this would be the most valuable tool I have. Hey, Tina, Happy New Year, honey. All right, so we have our blue signature. Is it in the position we want it in? Not necessarily, but you know what? That's okay, because it's, you know, it's a signature. I do want to make sure that I have it going in the right direction, so if I have anything that's directional, I just want to kind of look and check. I don't think I do. Okay, so now we have that. We now have a cover. Let's check. Quarter of an inch all the way around. Freaking awesome. All right, so we have a cover. We have a book. Let's decorate some things. Let's start. Okay, because we don't start. By the way, Janie sent me this. I think it's stinking adorable. And I use it for beads and stuff. Exactly. There are so many different ways that you can, you don't need trimmers. And let me tell you, trimmers are like washi tape. It's going down a slippery slope. Right now, within my reach, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I have 7 trimmers within my reach, like that I can lean over and grab. It's a slippery slope, guys. I have Carl trimmers. I have Fisker trimmers. I have X-Acto trimmers. I have Cuttlebug trimmers. I have just Fiskers. I do have to say, though, out of all my trimmers, Fiskers. Oh, wait, crap. Did I say 7? I forgot these. 8, 9, 10, 11. I have 11 trimmers within reach because I have 4 more under my desk. Laura, Happy New Year, honey. I saw that you joined my Patreon and I have it down. I'm sending out all my new Patreon stuff in just a few days. So you're going to get happy mail and your welcome gift and all that good stuff. Yeah. And then quarterly projects too, because that's coming out. All right, so working our way through our rainbow of single signatures. By the way, I posted the very first Projects of 26 challenge. It's in the Facebook group, but I did mention it yesterday, and I'm going to tell you guys again. So what we're going to be doing this year is we're going to be doing the project theme. So you'll get a project, which will be like make a tag, make a journal page, make a pocket, make a whatever, a journal card, a Rolodex card, okay? And then you'll get an item that must be included in it. You can use more, but this item must be included. And our first one is a tag, newspaper. Tag, newspaper. Oh, God, he's back. Hi, honey. Can I help you? Can I help you? In any way, can I help you? You're just going to sit there and stare at me. Let me guess. Are you at a kibble? Oh, God. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on, guys. I forgot to feed him breakfast. That's his problem. Oh, no. Hi, Solly, baby. Come here. Okay, extra, because mommy's bad. Bad mommy, bad mommy. Okay, there you go. Right there where the doggy can't get it. Crunchy bowl for you. There you go. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, honey, everybody gets a little welcome gift. You know, especially when you're at the top level, like that top tier. All right, so we're going to get started. And this is a matter of personal choice. Some people like to put their journal together and then work on the pages. Some people who are lunatics like to keep their pages out. I like to keep my pages out. Why? Because if I screw one up, I can get rid of it. It's very simple. It's a very simple reason. But I am going to open to the center. I'm going to put a big clip in here. One of these big butterfly clips. And that just kind of helps me keep it all organized. I know you guys have never seen that part. All right, so this is our first page. This is the front. This is the part that everybody's going to see. What are we going to do with it? I haven't got the faintest idea, but we have this really cool digital page from Ginger's Journals over on Etsy. So we have stuff. We could just start off with a big old pocket, put a big old card in there. We could do that. I kind of like that idea. We'll put a journaling card in there. Let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want to use this big of a pocket or if I want to use a slightly smaller pocket. I think we're going to use this one. We're going to go ahead and just glue it down. It is thin because I did print it on thin paper. So if I want to bulk this up, I can use like scrap paper and stuff to make it a little thicker, or I can put it on cardstock. And I'm probably going to use some scrap. Let me grab some. I'm totally ill-prepared this morning, guys. Oh, you know what I have that we can use? We can use up. Yes, we can. I have leftover envelopes from the New Year's Eve challenge. I have a few of them, so we can use them up. Also, we are working with tumbled glass for our ink on this. It's just to get rid of the white line. It's very light, so it's not going to like dominate anything. The colors here, blue, I don't know. Blue is one of those colors. It's like purple. Where it's the same color, but it doesn't necessarily go together. I guess a good example of that would also be black. You ever gotten, like you're going to get dressed and you put on a pair of black pants and you put on a black shirt and you think, okay. And then you walk outside in the sun and realize they're totally different shades of black. One is like a smoky black and the other one is like black. And you're like, oh shit, that looks like crap. I think all colors have that kind of tendency, but I think there are some that are worse. And it's the bluers. It's the blue shades. Because you certainly have that problem with blues and you have that problem with purples and even some greens. So I think it's on the blue end of the spectrum that it gets a little weird. Hi, Michelle. So I am going to post today for the next journal, that we're going to do, next big journal. And we're going to put a couple of different styles in. I think there's going to be a full build standard journal, a full build soft cover, which could be the standard, it could be either one. And I'll give you guys the option when we make it. We're going to do the album journal. There's going to be one of those in there. There's going to be a traveler's notebook in there. And I think there's going to be a folio. So this is one of those instances where we are attempting to use up something. So I got these, and we did these for the New Year's Eve challenge. You had to make something out of this for the lives, and kind of a difficult item to work with in hindsight. We didn't think it would be, but it did turn out to be that way. But because I have so many of these, I can utilize this paper either as pages in or in backing, because it's a nice paper and it's not too thick and it's not too thin. So it works really well for backing things like pockets and things. Now we need to put something in here, and we have, I said originally that they were way too big, but now that I'm looking at this thing is perfect. So this is the paper. Again, it's from Ginger Journals on Etsy. There's only really 4 sheets of paper in here. I wish there was more, but there isn't. But isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that just gorgeous? And a lot of her stuff is like this. It's a lot of it is watercolor type. This is like a watercolor type print. I love it. One of my top 3 favorites on Etsy. Yes. Yes. See, it's one of those things, there are colors that do not go together, even though they're in the same color family. All right, so we're going to take this off. We are going to back this. I can't even cut a straight freaking line. There we go. Okay. So we are going to back this. I'm going to put a direct link to Ginger Journal store. I'm telling you, she's got some really pretty stuff. Yeah, and some of her, she puts it on sale, and it's very inexpensive. And you get a lot of the pieces that you need. So we're going to go over here. I'm going to go to her shop. Ginger Journals. Oh, wow. That one is bright. So we're going to go ahead and go to the shop here. She's been on Etsy for 4 years. Let me copy this. And you guys know I don't normally advertise. Yeah. You know what the problem is with that, Arlene? So this is a link to Ginger Journals over on Etsy. You can go over there and check her stuff out. You know what the problem is with that? Because I've done that. The black from the Rit dye, it's very flat. you know? It is very flat. Because, like, I've done it. You ever had that favorite pair of jeans you've had forever? And one day you realize it's just totally faded out. And there's just like, it's horrible. And you're like, why? And so you're like, I want to get that, you know, I want to fix it. Well, I have found, Randy's little one real quick, that sometimes when you use the RIT dye to dye, you know, stuff black, it, I just tore that tag in half. Son of a, okay, we'll just reprint it. I have a print file for a reason. Okay, open this up. Now we did make that smaller, so we're gonna have to go back and make it bigger if we want that size. Here we go. This one. And that is page 5. So I'm going to print. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put in thicker cardstock. Instead of printing it on paper, I'll just print it directly on some cardstock. Let me grab some Nina 110. I don't know if this is going to go through the printer, but we're going to try it. What's the worst that can happen? It gets jammed. And the printer goes, nope. That's okay. If it goes, nope, we'll just reset it and do it again. Yeah, it looks like she's got a sale going right now, 50% off. So, and if you're a fussy cutter, oh my God, she's got some fussy cut stuff over here. So, we're waiting to see if the printer's going to accept this piece of paper. Oh, it took it. Is it actually going to, this is the test, is it actually going to run it through and spit it out? Holy crap. It did. I don't have to go through any of this garbage. I will save this, though, because that could make a cute pocket later on. Ooh, that's Nina 110, and it took it. Damn. Yeah, there are hundreds and hundreds of them. And a lot of people don't have, you know, the ability to print them. But, you know, that right there, that is a service that Amazon could offer that would be utilized. I should submit that. You know, if they had a print on demand where you could download the file to them and they would print it and then just deliver it. Wowzer. How cool would that be, right? Of course, then they'd be like, well, we're trying to sell printers. Yes, I understand that you're trying to sell printers, but I'm trying to not have to, you know, pay for printing. Shoosh. I suck at this whole thing. Here we go. We got it. Sort of. It looks okay. It's not bad. I'll get that out of the way. Let's round the corners on this sucker. Perfect. Fabu. We're going to get some blue ink here. And I think it's kind of a hit or miss too when you do like if you go to a printer. Now I do know that Office Depot does it, but here's the catch with them. They charge so much for their delivery. Like stupid. All right, so we're going to pop a hole in here. We're going to put a thing on it. It's a big ass tag, so we're going to use a big ass hole thing. Here we go. I'm going to come in on the side. We're probably going to, just for giggles, we're going to probably put this through the big bite because and then places like like community centers and stuff, or they want an arm and a leg to print a page, So you buy a really great digital, it costs you a buck or two, but then you go to get it printed at the community center or something like that, and it's like $1 a page, and it's 12 pages, and it's just stupid. All right, we're gonna get the big one out. Why? Because I don't want to mess with the pliers. Yeah. Okay. So move that up there because we don't want any of those coming down. Why is that not going on the pin? Oh, there we go. Okay, that's not working. I need this. Why is this not working? It's being stubborn. We're going to try it again. Okay. I need that little pin right there. There we go. All right, still not working. We're going to try and get in there with this thing. Such a pain in the butt. Why are you being difficult? Because I can be. Okay. Got it. That's why I cut with fussy cut with big scissors, so I can lie and go, what was the scissors? All right, so look, so we can put that in there. We need a little bit of something on here. I don't want to do this, per se. So let's do this one. We're going to do this little guy. Feed your soul. Way too much glue. Okay. We're going to put this on. La da da. La da 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 da. Let the glue dry right now. Okay. I don't know. I feel bad. I can't do those were the days anymore. Yeah, the sizes are weird. I know. All right, so we have a front page. Let's go on to the next page. Let's see. What should we do on this page? It's a big, beautiful page. Needs something. Let's put in a little side pocket, I think. We'll do a little side pocket, put a tuck, and then we leave all that writing space. I think that's a fabulous idea. We're going to do that. So let's ink this puppy. Should we put a thumb pull in here? I don't know. I don't think it's wide enough to really warrant one, but I kind of like the look of it. And yes, I'm just letting this float anywhere on the page. It could be over here, up there, it could be on the other side, but I'm just kind of letting it float. It's not, there's no particular height, or it's not in the middle. Why? Visual interest. Because our eye wants to see things like this weird stuff. We like it. So as long as it's not crooked, we're good. I am going to get some washi tape, though. We didn't pull any blue washi tape for this. We should do that. You guys think we should pull some washi tape? Let's take a look. What do we have? I don't think there's going to be anything in here because this is kind of all vintage looking. And this is like the only blue in here, and I'm not over the moon with it, I got this from Snobby. All these rolls for one price. We used this one the other day, but they're kind of themed. Like this is a butterfly, this is a butterfly, this is a butterfly. So they are a little bit themed when you look at them, but what was it? I think it was the buttons that my granddaughter liked. So we got the buttons, but then like you have like books, and this is mushrooms, which will go with the butterflies. And then you have like quilt pieces in here. So you could do a quilting journal. These are perfect for a quilting journal. So I bought this one. I think it was like $13 or something like that. I bought it in October before I did No Washi November. We all know I do no washi November. Sitting here trying to get your mixed media mojo back. Feel like I've been crafting blockness. My mind won't chill. Let me. Well, honey, do something else. Do something else. I'm not saying don't craft. I'm saying if the mixed media is giving you trouble right now, oh my God, guys. That is like the perfect one for this paper. We're keeping that out. Do something that is outside of what you normally do. Okay. So I know your work. Your work is normally paint and ink. Pull out some fabric. Work with fabric. Work with something that's outside of your normal creative norm and see if that busts you loose a little bit. It's just a suggestion. But I know sometimes when I get burnt out from doing, paper stuff, I will go and I will do a quilt. And it kind of tends to break it up for me. All right, so we're going to do this one. I like this one too. I don't know. This is funky, but I kind of like this one. It's more on the yellow side, but I like it. I like this one, but I'm saving this because I have a journal in mind. It's hydrangeas. And somebody I know really likes hydrangeas. Now this one is just shape. And so we'll do that maybe. Let's take a look at another box. We have the blue watercolor. Maybe that. But yeah, if you try different mediums, sometimes that helps. I'm not saying it's always going to help, but sometimes it does. And then sometimes when I'm doing a lot of quilting and I've got fabrics and they're just sitting there and they're not speaking to me, sometimes I'll just go and work with something else. Like I'll go work with paint. And, then it kind of it pops into my head and I go, well, shit, that's what I want to do. And I move on to that. So it's just a suggestion. It works for me. It may work for you. These are all my Harry Potters. Yes, I have a collection of Harry Potter washi tape. Why? Because I can't control myself. Matter of fact, I've got a Temu order coming in right now. Crap load of washi tape because I didn't buy any in November. So I bought a bunch in December. And it's late and I'm getting nervous. My Winnie the Pooh. Kitty cats and puppy dogs. Fish. I have no idea why I have these. They're just weird. I don't see anything in here that like I'm over the moon about. All right, down to the last one. Oh. Last case. All right. This one is like pirate themed. I got to save that for the pirate journal. We're making another pirate journal. Why? Because I sold the last one and the people are bugging me for it. So we're going to make a new one. We have a lot of strawberry washi tape too. We should stop making. We only made one strawberry book. Why do we have so much strawberry washi tape? I don't know. Who ordered all that strawberry washi tape? No idea what lunatic ordered all of that. Hi, Hen. Hi, babe. I blame Harry Potter. Okay, Marie, I find the washi tape all over the place because I'm addicted to it. I get it from Temu. I get it from, what's that other one? You guys know the other one that I... Huh? Daiso. Yeah, Daiso. Oh, my God. I can't go into Daiso without buying washi tape. They have like an end cap full of it. And I go in there and I go, oh, pretty. And then they have it scattered throughout the store. So I have to walk I think that's the way they do it. It's all over the store. So I have to kind of walk all over the store going, ooh, washi tape, 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 washi. I'm addicted to washi tape. I have bought them in thrift stores. I've gone into thrift stores and they have like a bag of washi tape and it's a big old bag for like $3. And I will buy that. Even if I don't like it, I will buy it because, well, then I break it apart and I sell it in my sales. AliExpress, yes, they're also very bad for me. And my Dollar Tree has started carrying washi tapes. Good ones, not the crappy ones, because they used to carry crappy washi tape, but now they carry good washi tape. Paper washi tape, not the plasticky stuff. I went into Blick's. I went to Blick to get my glue stick that I love. That's only $1.50, $2. And guess what? They had freaking washi tape. Mike was looking at his, when you work for a company and they give you those like attaboy points and they have a company that you save up the points and you can buy stuff. I can tell you, this guy's bought some shit. He bought our television with his points. Big old, huge TV.
Fire pit.
And he bought a fire pit for our backyard because our old one was crap. And we like a fire pit. We love to sit outside, and especially when the grandkids are here, we make s'mores. The dogs like to sit out there by the fire when we have the fire going.
Like
our puppies love roasted marshmallows. They get special puppy s'mores. They get graham crackers and marshmallows, but no chocolate.
They like the graham crackers.
No, we do not need to start an intervention. No, we've already come to that. We've already had the intervention, Hen. And the intervention is that I'm not allowed to buy washi tape in November. The month of November is a no washi tape zone. And I have stuck to that for 3 years now. I think it's been 3 years that I have bought no washi tape in November. Yes, Blick is bad. And I have a Blick like 2 miles from my house. But I went in there and they had washi tape. I couldn't believe it. It was gorgeous. I was going to pay $8 a freaking roll for it, though. And I told them so. I was like, that's way overpriced. Washi tape is like $2 a roll, guys. Get your crap together. But I cannot help myself. I see washi tape and I must own it. AliExpress, I've bought it off of Amazon. Yeah. Do you know what Amazon is? Bad for me. Very, very bad for me. This is washi tape, but it's a different kind of washi tape. This is washi tape that is got a backing on it. So it's more like a sticker than washi tape, but it has that same washi tape paper. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. You're working it. Yeah, working it. Okay, you're not going to work? All right, fine. I will make you work. You won't like me, but I'm going to make you work. Okay. So I'm going to put this on here. Yes, I am fully addicted to washi tape. I absolutely admit it. It's my thing. Hi, Jamie. Hi, honey. Walmart has beautiful washi tape. Absolutely. I'm horrible. Yeah, I need to use my icky stickies. I have a bad addiction to washi tape. I could seriously like go to a store and spend like 50, 60 bucks and walk out with a shitload of washi tape. Disney now has washi tape in the park. I know this because my brother works there. Has forever. Uh-oh. But like this, I bought this and I got this, I think, from AliExpress, and there was like 5 colors of it, and I bought all 5 colors. I can't just have one. Yes, I did, honey. Jesus criminy. Ugh. Oh, yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that wall. Love that wall. Okay, let's see. I want to do something. I have washi tape. I want to do something up here. Yeah, that works actually. Okay. 2 times. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Oopsie. I made it in my sake. Okay, here we go. I have my Grinchy socks on today. One of the 900 pairs of Grinchy socks I own. I'm in a Grinchy mood. Swoosh. All right, so we're going to put this in. Again, I'm putting it at an angle. Why? Visual. Now, see, there's this little dot right here, and I kind of like it, but I want to bring it out. So I'm going to get out some candy dots, and I'm going to see if I have a small yellow one. Green. I don't know that I want it to be shiny, but, you know, that's the only option. Then we'll go with shiny. Nope, I have not shiny. By the way, our quarterly project for this quarter is going to be Poke Tools. Not this kind, regular Poke Tools. And I'm going to send out all the stuff for that. So I'm putting a little candy dot here. This is the other thing I'm addicted to. I love candy dots. See, now it pops out, but it has texture. Why do I keep them in here? I keep them in here because sometimes when you're putting them in and out, they fall off. And so you end up with like this collection of them loose in the bottom here. And I don't want to waste them. So I keep them in this little plastic envelope, and then I can pull them out and glue them if I need to. I'm going to poke myself in the boob with that thing because I'm a boob. Okay. So now we need to put something in here. It needs to be, you know, like a journal card or something. We have these that we can put in there, just little journal cards. Let's see. Which one do I want? I want a lighter one though. Okay, let me see. See, that's kind of the same. Oh, this one. I like that one. Okay, we're going to do that one. So again, I'm just going to back it on some paper to make it a little thicker. We'll trim and ink and put it in there. This is not rocket science. You know, it's my mom was a rocket scientist, but this is not rocket science. I don't know. Apparently, I've done something to irritate them. Or they're just jealous. I'm going with jealous. I don't know. I think they're just bullies. Just big old bullies. They don't like me. Honestly, I think it's because I don't conform. That interstate is still closed. Holy crap. Well, you know what I always say, if you're going to screw it up, do it right. Jesus Christ. All right, we have the back of this page, mostly writing paper. What are we going to do here? I don't know. But we do still have like full sheets of paper. So do we want to like just black it, you know, completely out or just do a little bit? I kind of like the idea of doing a little bit. And I kind of like this one. So I'm going to cut a piece of this out. Guillotine to the rescue. I like this. So that's the part we're going to use. Let me get rid of the top and the bottom. No reason other than I like the way this sounds. I'm kidding. Someone used to say it always looked like I was cutting my finger off when I use this thing. All right. So now I have that. Will it fit there? Yeah, sort of. But that's not what we're doing. Nope. I'm going to use it sort of as an accent wall. I think I'm going to take a little bit more off there. Am I going to get rid of it? No, absolutely not. I'm going to keep it. Why? Because it'll be cute when I do strip stuff later. All right, so we're going to ink this. because I want to keep a writing page, keep it as a writing page, but I want it to have something. And I don't necessarily want to put, like a little piece of contrived, planned out embellishment on it. So I am going to simply, I may even tear this edge. We'll see. I'm putting ink on it now to see how I like it. No, I'm going to leave it that way. Yes. Oh my God. What a disaster. Oh. And then, of course, that brings out, like, here locally, they talk about, like, all the worst club disasters in the U.S., where people have lost their lives in clubs for various reasons, usually because there's no exits. And how are we all letting this happen? Okay, go eat now. If you don't notice, we're very much into the we'll tell you to do your med check your sugar. Yes, we give each other crap about it, but it really comes from love. So if somebody tells you to go check your sugar, it's because you're being weird. And they really mean go check your sugar. All right, so now we have this page. Now this is like marble paper. It looks like marble, and it's blue. And we have to figure out what we're doing with it. And I'm thinking we might do what we're going to do tonight. And that is to do some stepped pockets with coin envelopes. So let me grab some coin envelopes. What do I have over here? Let's see if I have any white ones over here. Oh, I have a bunch of little envelopes. No. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I did this one. Let's see. What do I got? Nope, those are just little envelopes. We don't need to do that. No. Those are hard to come by. No, you do that. They may be in the envelope drawer. We have to go to the envelope drawer. Nope, I got one right here. I got two. That's all I'm going to need is two. We're going to do these. All right, so let's close these puppies. Don't put sparklers on your champagne bottles. Exactly. You know what? Here's a rule. Rule of thumb. Keep fire away from alcohol. Any kind. I don't care how much alcohol it is. Fire should not be near alcohol, period. That is not a good combination, ladies. All right. So, 2 coin envelopes. Let's do, I think we're going to do them this way, and we'll just do 2. Or maybe we'll do them this way. Let's do them this way. Okay. So now that I've closed them, all I'm going to do is open them on the side. So just a scant note. If you don't have these coin envelopes, I'm going to show you guys tonight. We're going to talk about how to make them because they're really simple to do. Okay. So we're going to make some tonight. Because this, I think, is one of those things that you really should have in your stash of stuff to be built, like as a base. Because coin envelopes are versatile. You could cut them in half and have little teeny pockets. You could just use them as a coin envelope and put paper in them. You can use them like this and use them as a pocket. They're very versatile to have in your repertoire, in my opinion. I have to say that now because YouTube is actually being real shitty about professional advice. All right, so we're going to go I'm going to go, I think 2 and 3, 3 and 3/8, 3/3 by 2. 3 3/8 by 2, and we're just going to take it out of one of these pages. I want something that's a little small. I don't really have anything that's a little small, but we have this. And I think I can get at least one of them out of this. So, we said 2 inches. Okay, so I'm going to put this in, and we're going to take a 2-inch piece off the bottom. Hey, I just dropped that on the floor. That's okay. All right. So 2 inches. Do I recommend doing this? No. All right, and I'm going to take it off over here. And we need what? I don't even know if this is going to be the right size. So, 3 3/8. Probably not. Yeah, not going to be the right size. So we'll take whatever size we can get. Let's take a look and see how that's going to look. It'll be workable. I'm going to round corners, all 4 corners. Which is the top? Top. Close enough for hand grenades and horseshoes, guys. All right. I don't know that this one's going to be enough. We're going to find out. It needs to be just about 2 inches. Yeah, it's going to work. Okay. I need to round the corners. So let's fold this back. It's going to be a nightmare to clean. Okay, top, find the top. We want it going in the right direction. Close enough. All right. Get these out of here because it's on Xyron, so it's adhesive. Just get that out of there. I will hit it with an alcohol prep later to make sure that I get it all out there. Okay. So now I'm going to glue these down. Do I want to put a finger pull in them? Not really. I don't think it needs it. I think it's obvious that they're pockets, but we are going to ink them so that they blend a little bit. I don't want them glaringly sticking out, even though they're white. Coin envelopes come in a lot of colors. As a matter of fact, you can get them on Amazon in just about every damn color of the rainbow. I think they actually sell a rainbow pack. That's like 50 of them, and you get like 2 or 3 of each color, or 5 of each color, or something like that. But I like the lighter one at the top and the darker one at the bottom. So that's the way I'm doing them. All right, gluing. Glue this part down. Okay. Glue. Gluey, gluey, glue. Glue, 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 glue. Now, because I put the flowers going in the right direction, I actually know which direction is up and which direction is down. So a little glue in there. All right. What are we doing over here? We need glue over here too. Now glue. Can I tape these on? Yeah, but you're going to put pockets, you're going to put something in them, and that's going to add pressure to it. So do you really want to do that? I don't think so. No. All right, so now these are perfect size for small tags and stuff. Not quite these tags. They need to be a little bit bigger than these, but small tags will work here. So like this size. Perfect. Also, like these larger tickets could go in there, certainly, but I'm going to save these for pockets, I think. But you could certainly put those in there. So let's poke some holes and we'll put some tops on these. I don't know why I take that out of there. It doesn't really matter when you're doing this. Let's grab some little ones. I don't want to use the big ones on there because the tags are really small and I don't want to use them on the small tags. So we'll get down our box of fun. I know everything has a name, right? This is the box of fun. All right, blue. Why? Because I'm really anal about, like, colors. I don't want to search through a whole box of stuff looking for blue and not know how many blue ones I actually have left in the world. I want to be able to just go, I need to order some blue ones. All right. Top piece in. That on. This one. This one. Okay, that's 2. I'm going to round the corners just gently. Why? Not really for aesthetics. This is functional. It makes it easier to put them in and out of the pocket. Okay. And then we're going to ink back over that. These are already inked. We inked them when we cut them. So I'm just going to re-ink the part that I cut off. Hey, Steffi G! How's Hub doing? All right, we have done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pages. I think that's enough for one day, guys. And we built the cover. Well, partially built the cover. So tonight, we're going to be working on making our own coin envelopes. Tools for tonight. You're going to want a scoreboard or an alternative scoring method. Remember, if you don't have a board, you don't have a scoreboard, but you have a freaking paper trimmer, you can score using this line right here. Okay? All right, so let's say you want to score at 1 inch. You just put your paper in there to the inch and then use your scoring device, get in that track and follow the track. If you don't have the score, if you have the score piece for this, then use that by all means. But if you don't, just use whatever you have in your track to score your line. Okay? If you don't have a scoreboard, you don't have a trimmer, use a grid like this. If you don't have a grid like this, well, then use what you know to be a straight edge on a table or something and use a T-square. There's many, many ways of being able to score, but you're going to want a scoreboard tonight. Scoring tools, you're going to want some paper that you want to make it out of. I do not recommend regular copy paper. I recommend something a little bit heavier, but not quite cardstock. So 22 to 28 pound, maybe even 30 pound paper. You can use scrapbook paper if that's what you have. Okay. We're going to be making some not library pockets. We're going to be making some coin envelopes tonight. And we're going to be using those coin envelopes. We're going to actually be manipulating them down and making some pockets and things like this. Okay. That's what we're doing tonight. What else? That's it, guys. Listen, I'm going to pop on out of here because I got a lot of stuff to do. It's the 2nd. I have a sale on the 4th, and I don't have a thing ready. Not one thing is in the bin. It's a very empty bin right now. I think Harry's been using it as a bed. I'm just not prepared for the new year. So I'm going to be getting that done today. I'm going to be hopefully trying to update the listing for upcoming stuff. I think I have a few videos that I need to finish editing so I can get those in there. I do have a few videos I need to get recorded. Like I have the base projects, like bunches of them sitting over here. I just haven't done the videos yet because I'm lazy. Okay. Because I got a lot of shit on my plate. I'm lazy, huh, honey? He's not even in here. Otherwise, he'd be having a fit right now. He hates when I say that. Because I will run circles around most people, including my daughter, who's 20 years younger than me. Ooh, look, more paper that we... Oh, but that's for that. Yeah, okay, we're going to keep this one, too, because that's going to work for that. So Project is for 25 challenge is started. Hold on. I have to check because Arlene sends me stuff to remind me what I'm supposed to be doing. Arlene, it's called your tongue. Also, if you would like to look at the digital that I'm using today, or you'd like to see some of the other stuff that's available, go on over to Ginger Journal and check her out. I'll keep you guys posted when sales happen in my other two favorite. I only have three regular shops that I like to shop in. Victoria, which is very expensive. Ginger Journals, which is very economy. And there's a couple of others, but they're not like as frequent. And then Polka Art Studio. There's a couple of other ones, like I said, but they're not really they're not consistently stuff that I use. However, we're going to go back to doing some of the free digitals projects kind of thing, like where you can get a free digital, and we're going to make projects out of them because we can do that, as long as we take a nod to the creator. That's kind of the deal. Okay, so we're going to do that. What else? Oh, Etsy unlisted one of my listings. You're not going to believe it. I sell craft supplies. Okay, so I sell supplies to make crafts. One of my listings was for Velcro brand Velcro dots, the ones that I use all the time. Velcro, the company, did a copyright strike on my Etsy store for me calling them Velcro dots. That's like saying Walmart can't sell Velcro dots. I'm selling Velcro dots. That's what I'm doing. I'm selling Velcro dots. They are Velcro. They're in the Velcro package. But here's the thing. Etsy doesn't have any kind of an ability for me to go back and say, no, bull. I can't call bull. There's no way for me to do it. The only people that can do that are the big shops. You have to have more than so many. They're like, well, we're rolling it out. No, you put it on the big shops. That's what you did. You gave it to the big shops. And if I get consecutive copyright strikes for using Velcro to sell Velcro dots, they will take away my badges, which gets me out of being able to be in the search, which I've earned. I've earned those, all earned through sales. They're 5-star reviews. They are prompt shipping. Those are what those badges are. Taking those away from me has nothing to do with the fact that I'm using Velcro in a title because I'm selling Velcro. And can get my shop closed down after all the years that I've had it. They can close my shop down because Velcro got their knickers in a knot because I'm selling their product. Yeah. So, and there's no, like, they're like, well, if you want to dispute this, here's the link to tell you how to do it. And you go to it and it's like, okay, you click on the dispute. Now, if it says dispute, you can click on that and dispute it. But if it doesn't have that link there, then unfortunately we haven't rolled it out to your channel, to your shop yet, which means my shop isn't making a freaking money for you to do that. Yet my shop makes enough money for you to continue to charge me for stuff. I can continue to pay you. And they know it. We've had this conversation a few times, me and some other sellers. It is the only game in town. As people who are creative, if I said to you, you need to get a digital, the first thing that comes to mind is Etsy. That's where you're going to go. You're going to go to Etsy to get a digital. Kind of a pain in the butt. But that's it. That's the only, I tried Zibbit years ago. I put out way more money and it's a flat rate, but they don't exist anymore. They shut down. So you can't use them anymore. And there really is no one else. There's POV, but it's live sales. There's a couple of different, but they're all phone app based. You can't use your computer to do it. And I'm not doing that. And if you do use your computer, you can do it, but you have to download OBS. And I cannot understand OBS. I can't get it to work on my computer. So I'm not even going there. So for me, it's the only, and then the other option is to get my own domain. But if I get my own domain, I'm not going to get the traffic that I get on Etsy. So kind of a pain in the butt. All right. So that's it. That's all I have today. If you want a copy of that, give me a couple days and then download that, or you can just go over there and take a look at it. It just tells you what days I'm live, when I'm, what I do on those lives, when I have sales, what upcoming video projects I have, if I'm doing any free classes, if I'm traveling and what direction I'm traveling in. If I am traveling and I'm traveling in a specific, to a specific state and you're along that route somewhere, let me know. I don't have a problem going like 40 or 50 miles out of my way to say hi. I will knock on your damn door at 10 o'clock at night and go, hey, how you doing, girl? Hang around for about half an hour and get on the road. Hi, Candy. Also, if you would like to cyber stalk me, so you want to know, like my email address, my Etsy store, my Insta. I'm trying to get better. I promise I'm trying to get better with the Insta. I just don't get it. It's not something I do normally in my life. I know there are people out there that they post everything. They post their kids on there. They use their kids to promo their crap. And I'm like, stop doing that. Stop doing that. but they do it. And so they're constantly like hitting that button. And I'm like, I don't have anything that exciting in my world to Instagram. What am I going to show you? My socks? I've never worn adult socks in my life. Right now I have Grinch socks on, for crying out loud. And I just don't think my life is that damn interesting. But I'm trying to get better with the Insta. Also, if you want to know my Patreon, my Ko-Fi, all of that stuff, it's all down there in the description. Even the link to the mixed media, I put it in there. It's down there now. It's like the very last thing on the list. But it's down there. But that's it, guys. That's all I have. So I'm going to ask you to do 2 or 3 things for me. 1, I know it's winter and you're cold, but stay hydrated any dang way. Stay warm. That's another one. And 3, stay well. Christine, you better be good. I better see you tonight, girl. You better be fine. In the emergency room, I'm going to slip you around. Stay well, guys. All right. I love you. And I look forward to sharing 2026 with each and every one of you. We've got a lot of really great stuff going on. We have a lot of series planned for this year, a lot of great journals and stuff. Look on the Facebook group because I'm going to be listing those journal options in the next couple of days. Start thinking about what you want to give me because we're going to be doing the pick a journal. That's it. Until the next time. Bye, guys. I love you.